children's shows.
Zero horror experience.
Zero horror. And I was really wanting to break into the movie industry, and I had just come off of like a whole run of being called back and final callbacks for like 4 or 5 different Broadway tours, and they all fell through from one reason or another, and I was getting discouraged. And I came across this audition notice on Actors Access looking for a tall, skinny guy that had physical comedy or clowning experience to play Art. And I was like, oh my God, yeah. So had myself submitted for it by my agents, went in there, walk into the room, everybody's got scripts, and I don't. And I'm like, oh God, no. Oh God, my first big film audition and I don't have a script for the lead. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. And so they call me into the room and I'm like, I am so sorry, I never got a script. And they're like, oh, it's okay, Art doesn't talk. I'm like, cool. So what do? They're like, just come up with a scene where you decapitate a guy and you're very happy about doing it. And go. And this is where I say it's important for every actor to have some kind of like experience with improvisation, because you don't know when you're going to be thrown into a situation like this. And I don't know where the fuck this came from somewhere deep in my dark recesses. I came up with this whole scene on the spot where I like cartoonishly snuck up behind my victim, knocked him out, took out a hacksaw, sawed off his head, pick up the head, taste the blood, and I didn't like the taste of the blood, so I take out a salt shaker and start seasoning it. And I liked it, bathed in the blood, and I just skipped out on my merry way. And they're like, hey, you want to come in for a makeup test? It was crazy. That's like every actor's dream, to go in there and basically be asked to come in for the makeup test, because you usually have to go in for several times, and this was unheard of, and I was like, oh, cool.
Did you
And he was only the 6th person to come into the audition, and then we pretty much shut it down. I knew that was the guy. I said, we got to just have him come in and put the mask on him and have him do that shtick again.
I mean, in terms of the